Remember back in 2018 when the girls were boycotting Nelly's?
Yep.
They forgot about that tea.
I was just talking about this, but
The girls are back, child.
no, Nelly's has. First of all, I got here in 2014 to DC. I would have never imagined that Nelly's is the way it is now. Like, it started out as a predominantly like white and Latinx spot, and then the boycott happened, and the whole little fiasco on the steps in the sense of security. Oh, I remember.
But that was recent. That was like last year when she got pulled down the steps
Was
by her
that
braids.
2018 or was that like 2020?
It was 2 incidences.
Yes,
There
it
were
was
2.
one.
Yes.
Nelly's is done! Nelly's is done!
The landmark bar closed for the week, fired its security.
Then another one happened, and I remember, mind you, my friend has been very vocal about being against Nelly's. This is Preston Mitchum. And he just kind of left that for a bit, along with other people. But then Xavier started hosting parties there. This is how the transition happened. I remember the order of shit. So Nelly's was really, they were closed for a minute. They started trying to rebrand. They hired all black security guards. And then they did their first party with Xavier Entertainment. The first party did well. Then I noticed a shift of the girls stopped going to Fireplace.
I didn't know they were still going.
Oh, yeah.
Fireplace?
Hell yeah.
That's
but
like
it was always the pre-spot.
that's DC's Bulldogs.
Yeah. Literally. Literally.
That's DC Bulldogs.
Damn. But I want to give it a little bit more credit than that.
Then
At
Bulldogs?
least Bulldogs.
I think I'm gonna give Bulldogs more credit than Fireplace.
Well, it's larger.
Fireplace, what? Bulldogs?
Don't you say it's larger a bit?
Fireplace is upstairs, downstairs, huh?
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, it's probably, yeah.
I feel like Fireplace just got cobwebs everywhere. Like I think Bulldogs has more of an audience. They have more of a not
Like
audience.
age demographic wise?
No, more of a like I think they get more play.
Probably so.
What am I trying to say? They get more people coming in.
Yeah. It's probably more engaging. People show up more. But Fireplace was kind of like that. Like people would go there, and I mean a wide age range of people. Of course, some of the older generation would probably stay there all night, but the younger
not go
girls would
nowhere else.
leave.
Yeah.
The younger girls would leave. They like, oh no, I'm okay. I started here to get my little cheap drink, and then I'm gonna go to the actual spot. Like they leave at about like 11:30, 12, like right before the club.
I've lived here for going on 6 years. I've only been to Fireplace once.
You ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing. You don't go to Fireplace to look at people.
You go there to probably get a free drink because it's gonna be some older niggas
you go there
there.
to lose your vision off the alcohol, the pure gasoline in the cup.
I do have a game.
Ooh.
Which one do you want to play? Spotlight or Girls Night?
Wow, given my gender.
Ooh.
No, let's do Girls Night.
Okay. Girls Night. So these are just is anything off the table, by the way? Because some of these cards are kind of like revealing the questions.
No, it's fine.
Okay. I gotta ask, some girls they like to be.
I'm sure the elusive doll.
If your ex could give one reason on why you both split, what would it be?
Oh my God, that's deep. Why we both split? That we would probably agree. Ooh, that's a deep one.
I know.
I don't know.
Because now you got to think about yourself,
Right?
And be like, did I do something?
Like, what would we both agree on why we split?
On why y'all split?
We outgrew each other.
Okay.
I think we can agree to that. Yeah.
Okay. I like that answer.
Yeah.
I think for me, I think that me and my ex we didn't have the same expectations for what each other could bring into the relationship, so it just didn't work out.
It happens.
Yeah. He had different expectations. I had different expectations. It didn't come together, so it just wasn't a thing that could develop into something greater at the moment.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
Sometimes it's better to just part ways.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Instead of forcing a square into a triangle.
Some of these girls. True. Okay. Next.
Is it okay if a married man takes a female coworker to lunch? So let's imagine a man.
Another gay man out to lunch?
Yes.
I don't see nothing wrong with that. You got something to say about that?
I might.
Really? You cannot. This is cold.
I might.
Really? Are you the jealous type?
Well, okay. I say might because it just depends. I don't think it's that black and white. All co-workers are not created equal.
Ooh.
Right? Is this your at-work husband? Some people have that at-work partner. I don't. As long as it's respectful, I'm not going to have a problem with it.
What's disrespectful? If he pays?
No, that's fine. I think that's fine. Subject matter, how close they may be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything that may imply that they could have anything more than what's actually at the tables outside of work, friendship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that question is dependent on how the lunch goes, and which is your answer.
Yeah, because lunch is just lunch. That can mean nothing, but I mean, is there a previous history?
The intent behind it.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I guess I'm in agreement to that.
Yeah. If you were a porn star, what would be your name? Oh wow. Oh, you've thought about this. What was your movie?
I hate to say this, I really do, but I would want to use my regular name, Romeo. I think that's
feel
hot.
that. Yeah, because you like, what, just Romeo?
Romeo. Like, I like simplicity in that. Romeo. Like, when you start getting to Romeo, the X, Y, and Z, it's just too much. I want
Romeo St. Clair James.
Yeah, it's just too much. Isn't there a porn star named Romeo or Romero?
There was a Romeo.
Was there?
I think his name was like, but I think he may have been a straight porn star. I watch straight porn. Yeah.
Me too. I watch straight porn too. Yeah, I watch straight porn too.
Dude, I don't know if I have a name. But whatever it is.
What? Why are you kidding?
I thought about it. I would want to do so. I don't know exactly what the name would be, but I walk face in Ballroom, right? And I like facials, right? So I would try.
And
I was trying to find some way to bridge that gap.
Oh my goodness.
Just to be like some type of double entendre.
Have you ever considered doing amateur night at a strip club to make some extra cash?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah, I have.
Scary. And I don't got no rhythm.
Me either. And so I was like, this is probably not gonna work. And then I like went and watched at what's it, Meatloaf Saturdays.
Is that in DC?
Yeah.
Okay.
They used to do it at Stadium.
Yes, I went to Stadium. This was pre-COVID, and a stripper came and picked me up and threw me upside down. So my ass was in his face and my face was nearest to his dick.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that. Like, that's like someone coming up to you and they just pick you up and flip you upside down.
First of all, I don't like that amount of attention.
Yes, and it was in front of everybody.
Yeah, and now I feel dirty. Like,
right.
People don't even respect me after this.
And exposed.
Yeah, so exposed.
Like, so, yeah, I was so irritated by that. I was like, can you put me down?
No, yeah, I'm you. I would have done the same thing.
Like, the fuck? and then it's the embarrassment after he puts me down, everyone's looking.
And
I just have to...
Like, he just got tossed in the town. Look at him.
And then I just got to act like it didn't happen.
He a napkin.
Okay?
Like, used and thrown away.
That's what it gave. We're going to do maybe, like, another round, and then we'll move on. What do you look for in a partner before making a commitment?
Ooh, Well, we already
You want a
kinda
refill?
touched on it. Yes, absolutely.
You ain't never gonna turn that down.
Yeah.
Okay. Me neither.
There's many things, but one, it's important for me to be in touch fully with the gender spectrum. I'm not really into like the binary, really. Like, I'm not into men that are only masculine or only feminine. I like, because that's how I see myself. I'm somewhere in between.
You like butch queens?
Hell yeah.
You really?
I love.
Do you consider yourself a butch queen?
Yes.
Well, you walk.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Question. This is gonna sound shady.
Ooh.
Not towards you.
Okay.
But can you be ugly and be a butch queen?
That is hilarious.
Do you want juice?
Yes, a little.
But can you be? Are butch queens only cute, or can you be ugly and be a butch queen?
See, my thing, I come from a time where butch queen just meant that you were a gay man, but now I guess it's more defined as like being in touch with the,
your
femme
attractiveness,
side, right?
Yeah.
So, which I fully encourage that definition too, that connotation, but no, it's not limited to attractiveness. It's not. It's not. But I do challenge people to like do your version of butch queen that work for you.
Ooh.
Was
there shade in that?
Just wear what works best for you.
Okay.
Yeah, like that can look like many different things. Listen, if I put on anything that I feel like I didn't own, that's what I mean by that.
Okay.
Like if I put on thug drag, it don't fit on me. I would look like I'm wearing something, but that's not who I am.
Okay.
Wear something that you look confident in and that like embodies who you actually are. You can tell, really. You can tell when somebody's just wearing some shit just for. Because I went through that stage when I was a young teenager. I was sampling with a lot of overly feminine looks because I wanted to overcompensate at the time to prove that I was confident in who I was, right? And to other people. But once I started reeling back and making it about me, I found the balance that works for me. When I tell you, I had this puff sleeve, shorts, shirt, what else it had, like open. I tried to do the brow thing, a lip, contacts. It looked like I was trying to be something, and that's just for me. I was trying to be somebody else. But some people can pull it off, and they look good in it. Wear the version that works best for you. But adding to things I look for before I make a commitment. I'm all about humor. I don't take life too seriously. I guess very similar to RuPaul in that sense.
Okay.
And I look for extremely good communication. But what I mean by that is like the lack of fear and like touching certain conversations. Like, okay, let's talk about sex, and let's talk about our fears, insecurities, but in a way that we all feel safe. I want to feel safe when I'm talking to you, and even when I'm bringing up things that I think make you angry, I want to feel like me sharing it with you, you respect my opinion or the fact that I'm at least bringing it up to you, so we at least can, talk it out.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. I think for me, what do I look for in a partner before a commitment? I'm going to piggyback off of what you said in regards to not taking things so seriously. My nigga has to make me laugh. I'm talking about we are cracking up. Like, it's just so important to have a good time with your partner. People forget that. Like, your partner should be not only your soulmate, but your friend. Like, you all, like, I want to be able to have insiders with my dude, laugh. I want to be able to go to Walmart and have a ball.
Yeah.
Simply because we're just having fun.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, I think what I look for in a partner before I make a commitment is, are we compatible in the sense of, do we have fun? And I'm gonna also piggyback off of what you said and say, do I feel safe around you?
Yeah.
Can I tell you my deepest, darkest secret? Can I tell you my insecurities without you throwing it in my face later? Because the girls will do that.
Yeah.
So
if I can't feel safe around you, then we can have nothing. If I don't trust you, we can't have nothing.
Yeah. So now I want to get into Ballroom. Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you get into Ballroom?
I started Ballroom in April of 2009.
Not you know the damn date. You couldn't wait to goddamn say that.
No, because I've talked about this a few times.
Many times. I mean, this is no shade, y'all. This is no shade, and you're very humble. But you are the face of Ballroom. It's no shade.
Oh my God.
Of Ballroom. Do you not know that? You're the face of Ballroom.
There's so many people that come before me. But
well, yeah. There is, but I'm talking about like modern day.
Thank you.
Like you're the face of Ballroom. Like no, you don't know that. Okay, but April 2009. Was it 2009?
Yes. That was my first ball, April 2009. But the backstory of that is, I was in high school, my junior year, and some butch queen just stopped me he saw me on the bus.
This is Chicago.
Yes.
Okay.
When I was going to Whitney M. Young High School, where Michelle Obama graduated from.
Oh, you could.
I had that ready too.
Okay.
But no, I was on my way home, and he followed me home.
I followed you.
Yes, and I was like, I was into the thrill of it. I'm like, so what's up? But no, so he followed me home, asked me on a date.
Okay.
And then this person actually passed away.
Oh wow.
They actually transitioned, so I guess I should say she. I never knew her, and that way. That all happened after I found out. But she passed away, and she said what's going on a date, went over to someone's house, right, on the actual date night, right? And then this is when, to me, Ballroom mothers in the time in like 2009, people were actually like living with each other. This is the very, how you hear those stories about people sleeping on people's floors and all staying together.
That was that moment.
This was that time.
Oh,
Yeah, this was still during those times. It was like several people all in one house. And I met some great people that night. Mina Ifizo, Bianca Ifizo, who's now Lavan. But from meeting that night, I didn't walk about immediately, but I was introduced to some clips. And I was like, what is this gay shit?
And you've never seen it before?
I've never seen it before. I was 17 years old. But I think I actually seen maybe a clip on like the Tyra Banks show. I think they had like a ballroom segment one time.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. But
the Tyra Banks show. I used to love the Tyra Banks show. I used to rush home from high school and watch it.
I was like, I love Tyra because of ANTM. So yeah, I was obsessed. So. But I was introduced to these clips, and I was like, oh, wow. Like, looking at this stuff, I'm like, so what would I be doing? But I didn't walk balls right away. But I did meet my butch queen gay mother, who I'm still very near and dear and close to, who lives in D.C., Marcus Garcon. So we met at CP and then we reconnected later down the line. But it wasn't really walk this ball. It was... let's get to know each other,
Cute. I like that.
And instantly, right off the bat, we were like connected, which I feel he might think I'm being dramatic when I say this, but I feel like it was a
meant to be
universal spiritual thing because, first of all, I meet a man whose middle name is my first name.
Oh, really?
His middle name is Emery, whom I shared so much in common with. We have similar features, and some people will say we look related all the time, especially because we both have thick eyebrows. And he's also my astrological opposite, Aries, and I'm a Libra. And I just felt like we hit it off immediately. And I think I was meant to meet him because he was only back in Chicago for like, he moved to Chicago for maybe a year, maybe a year and a half.
Yeah, sure.
And in that temporary time that he was there, I met him. So it was crazy. So, but we got closer, and then I joined the house, and then I walked the ball in April 2009.
Okay. And your first, what did you walk for the first time, face?
Yep, right away. And I didn't even walk version. I just walked between face.
Really? You didn't walk version?
No, never walked version. They threw me right in.
Bitch.
And my first
I know
ball,
that's right. You never walked version?
No, never walked version.
You're like, nah. That's for amateurs.
I didn't even know it was a thing back then. I didn't know that new face inversion was a thing. I didn't know categories in the terminology.
Have you ever vogued?
No, oh, I did. I finally vogued at a ball.
When?
In 2019.
19? How was that?
I just
Butch
wanted to
Queen
get it out
vogue?
the way. I can't vogue well.
Me neither.
But I was like, they had the perfect category to finally do it. It was you must walk face, but tonight you're gonna switch it up and just bowl, not face performance.
Okay.
You're just gonna
It
bowl.
was some fun. It was some fun in it.
It was meant to be light and fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, I finally did it. But you have to think about the fact that I've never even danced in front of other people. Here I am walking a whole fucking ball, voguing in front of other people. It was
a key.
So intense. That was so intense. But you know what's crazy about the first ball I walked? In those clips that I watched when they were introducing me to Ballroom, I remember seeing one of the people from the clips on the floor that night, which is TJ Allure. I don't know what house he's in now. Was it TJ or CJ? TJ. Yeah, TJ Allure. And I was like, oh my God, this is that boy that I just saw. So in my head, I'm already like, oh, I'm not gonna win. This is somebody that is a veteran. In my head, I felt like he was a veteran. And I had no idea what I was doing in terms of selling it. So I was doing my little spins, and I did used to model lightly. So I'm just like, let me incorporate what I feel like is bad bitch posing. I was just like,
okay.
Like I was doing my ANTM / Emery, model posing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Would you vogue again or no? You're like, that ship has sailed.
Only specifically if it's like, don't walk vogue them, you walk face and you want to come out and vogue for tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't vogue well. But I do enjoy doing it like in fun in the house.
Okay.
But I'm not,
Okay.
People that can do that, thank God for your knees and your ankles and your back, because I ain't.
So, question. So, with you being in the ballroom scene, how do you, are you, let's say you go against someone and you don't get your tens. How do you go about paying it? Like, does it bother you or you just like, you just pay it?
Oh, okay. So that's a chop. It's called a chop.
Yeah, chop.
And so let me think about. So I was fortunate enough. The 2 times that I was chopped twice, right?
Ever?
Yes.
You've only been chopped twice ever.
Well, okay, no, 3 times.
That's
No, but here's the thing. Here's what I'm about to say. The first 2 times that I was talking about individually. I got chopped as a group. We it was like $5,000 team base house face as a house. I'm sorry, and we got chopped collectively. But that was hard because when you invest so much into a category and then you don't get your turns, you kind of like, it feels like it's just a complete loss. You didn't even get to compete.
Yeah.
But the 2 times I got chopped solo, I was brought back. So it didn't feel like and I won overall.
Oh, really?
Both
Okay.
of those times. I got chopped in Kentucky.
Not Kentucky.
Never went back after that.
I don't think. Well, there's
But I
nothing
won
to
that
go
night.
back.
They brought me back. They was like, y'all trying it. Bring him back.
Yeah.
And I won overall. It's funny when you get chopped, they bring you back, and then you battle somebody and then win. So that's what happened. And the same thing happened twice because it happened in Baltimore literally a few months before the 5,000.
Okay.
I got chopped by Kelly. Who's the Scoochie, Miss Rahid.
Come on, Kelly. I love me some Kelly.
And I love Kelly. So I mean,
you got chopped by Kelly?
Yeah, I love Kelly.
Who are you going against? Or was it solo?
No, Kelly chopped me.
Chopped you, yeah. But were you solo or were you going against somebody?
I was solo.
You were solo, okay.
I walked solo that night, and then I got chopped. But then they was like, "Fuck that shit, bring him back." They brought me back, and I won overall in Baltimore at the Paradox. So I don't really have a large experience of what that would feel like in terms of, and then especially at the time when those two chops that happened, I was like 17, 18 when that happened. And so I was walking balls for other people. It was literally them getting me ready, pushing me out there. I just did something. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And I was like in my head, whatever happened.
Right.
If I got chopped today, I would have a better response for you on what that would feel like, because now I'm getting myself ready by myself, and it means more for me now to walk. Back then, it didn't mean much anything to me. So I know it would probably be very hurtful and embarrassing.
Okay. You right now?
If I got chopped in today's time,
I mean, because you're
even beyond that,
you're legendary, no shade.
It would probably hurt more, like when you invest so much into it, and Ballroom is so important to me now. If I got chopped, it would probably be more. But I was so young and not thinking about it that it probably didn't even matter back then.
So what does someone, obviously you need a face, but what does someone need to walk face?
Well, I guess to educate about the category, the 5 elements of face would be...
Come on, 5 elements of face. I didn't even know there was 5 elements of face. I know there's 5 elements of like Vogue, but I didn't know it was 5 elements of face.
Yeah, and I barely talk about it, so let me make sure I remember. I know there's structure, that's one of them. Skin, that being smooth skin. Smile, teeth, smile. Eyes. Okay.
Why you say it like that?
And nose.
Why are you saying? Oh, because are you like making sure that that's right?
Yeah.
You said eyes as if you were.
Eyes and nose.
Okay.
I think that's a thing. Yeah. I think that's it.
You think? Okay. So you need to meet those 5 elements.
Yes, that's the basis of what they are judging you on.
Okay. Not lips. I like lips or eyebrows or.
I guess when you talk about eyes, all of that.
Okay.
Eyebrows, eyes.
Okay.
And the lips, I guess, be part of the smile. I mean,
Okay.
You don't want no crusty lips on your face. You'll get chopped with some crusty lips.
Okay. Got it. How was it being a judge?
Ow, I don't like judging all.
You don't like judging?
I don't. But I'm judging the Peabody Ballroom Experience Ball in Baltimore on April 15th. I haven't judged in a while. I try to avoid it.
Why?
Because sometimes you can internalize what happens when you're judging other people.
Okay.
I don't. So for me, there's always different types of people on the panel, and I just allow them to choose who they like the best.
Okay.
You know, you might be my girlfriend, but you might vote over me tonight. But that's not to say that you might be cool with both of us. I don't know. But sometimes some people can make it about their relationships with the actual judge versus what they presented on the floor that night. Okay. And it's not about that. It's about what you presented on the floor tonight. Tonight. Not how you looked at the last ball, but how you look today.
Okay. Would you say that the Emery, let's say you out there and bitch, you are giving face, bitch, you up there, you doing your things and you in your tens. Is that different than what we have right now? Are those 2 different Emerys, or are they one and the same?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, yeah, definitely. First of all, I allow my feminine side to fully like emerge because I celebrate femininity. I love feminine and female figures and personas. In everything, video games, models. Yeah, I love feminine energy and presence. So when I'm on that stage, like I allow that to take over. But also, being someone that it's gender queer. Like whatever I am feeling in that moment, like if I'm wearing a suit, I might feel like I want to be more suave, or, smooth. But if I'm wearing something like I got on my bad bitch red heels, I'm like, just let that take over.
Okay.
And for me, it is definitely a character. I had a lot of people that perceived me based on how I was on the stage, and they thought that translated into how I was personally, whether in bedroom, on a friendship level, or just as a person, period. They thought I might be shady. They thought I might be a lot of people thought I wanted to be a trans woman.
That's trans, really?
A trans woman, yeah. A lot of people thought I wanted to transition, and I'm like, okay, no, I just love trans women. I'm loud and proud about trans women. I love them, but because I love so many trans women on the floor, if I embody that when I'm walking, that's fine. Right. I love the Raquels, the Sashas, the Didis, the Tempers. There's so many names, I can't even name them all at once. What's her name? Deja La Perla, Christina, Mika. I love all the girls. Okay? From the 80s on forward. Tracy Africa. I can't say enough names. Stephanie Milan. But because I love all those things, yes, it's definitely a character. I noticed that even them, the way they are on the floor versus like how they are in person, it's different.
Yeah.
You got to play a role. Like
you have to embody something when you're out there. That's how you get your tens, no shade.
Absolutely. Now, I think the challenge is deciding how you want to be perceived. I had to find a balance that works for me.
Okay.
I had a lot of people in my head about how they wanted me to present myself, and getting to my age now, I zoned that out and said, I'm going to decide for myself what I'm going to present. This is what I'm most comfortable with, and if it's successful, great. If it's not, at least I left the stage knowing that I was 100% authentically me.
Okay.
And that's a win still too, right? So yeah.
Okay. And you've always been with Garcon?
No, I used to be in Diesel between 2009 and 2000. I want to say 11. And then I was at 007 for that's not being in the house for about 2 to 3 years.
So how does being a 007 work? So like, let's say, so you're just representing yourself.
Yep, walking for yourself, not under a name.
Okay. And how was
not
that?
Under a house name.
How was that being a part of 007?
I needed time. So even though there are many people who entered Ballroom at 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, for me still entering at 17, but still not fully into my identity, and I came out of the closet around the same time that I was entering Ballroom. I was learning so much about myself at one time, and then having so many elder figures around me trying to change who I was to me not healthy.
Yeah.
I'm talking like 30, 40-year-olds telling me, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to be like this, you need to. I didn't need that in my ear. And also, just relocating to New York for college, there were some changes in my relationships with the house at the time. I was most connected with my Chicago family in that house. And then when I was on the East Coast, I felt a little bit distant and disconnected from the house, period. And then also, lastly, felt like it was an interference with being in school in college at the time. I didn't have the bandwidth to do both fully at the level that they wanted me to. Actually, that category I told you about for the $5,000 team faces a house category, I didn't want to walk that. And I remember telling them, because I was starting to speak up for myself, and I said, I don't think we should do it, and I don't think our team is strong enough. But despite my feelings at the time, they said, do it. And we got chopped. So I kind of was like, I was more infuriated that here I am, a college student with not much, investing money and time into something. I don't have that much time. I'm in school.
Yeah.
I don't have that much money. I'm in school, and I don't come from a family with money and wealth. And lastly, I did not believe from the beginning that the team was strong enough to win.
You said that, and y'all got chopped.
So I was very upset about that, but I held nothing against the people in the house, but it just, I had to put into perspective. I'm like, you know what? I don't think I can do this right now.
It's a lot.
It was overwhelming for me, overwhelming. And then, you know, looking back, what I perceived as manipulation, they just probably wanted the best of me, but to me, it felt like manipulation when you're trying to convince me to do things that I don't want to do, or change who I am as a person. I'm not willing to compromise my identity for nobody. So, yeah, that's why I was a 007 for 3 years, and I just wanted to do it on my own.
Time. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was needed.
It was needed.
Yeah.
I needed it for my peace of mind, and you know, I won some balls. I've walked a ball every year since I've been in Ballroom. I think for the most part. So I've been pretty consistent since I've been out in 09, but I needed that time by myself.
Okay. So Alpha Omega Ball, that was in February?
You know, they actually changed the date. It was originally supposed to be in February, and then they changed the date to March 11th.
Yeah, March. It was in March. I love Alpha Omega.
Oh,
I love them. Love Alpha Omega. What?
I can't say enough about how much I love the house of Alpha Omega. One, most of the people in that house comes from my web series that I was on, Triangle. So it's literally like a second family.
I love Alpha Omega. I love them on Legendary. I just love them.
Love them on Legendary. Even the people that's not from the web series, I just love them.
Are they a newer house?
At this point, they've been out for what, maybe 2
years?
Maybe 3 years?
You lying. That's it? Really? They're new.
2 to 3? Yeah.
They're that new, but yet they're like, they're like, what's what I'm looking for? They're
experienced.
They're
successful.
The resume is great for it to only be 2 years.
Doing very well. And it just brings me so much joy just seeing them do well, because it's like, one, some of the people that's like second family, so I just be like, go ahead, do your thing. So I just enjoy seeing them on the floor all the time.
How was the ball this past month?
It was good. It was a great experience. It's like, once you settle down and you relieve yourself of after walking and you can just enjoy the ball afterwards, it's like, it's a whole different experience. Like, ooh,
it's like
that's
out
the
way.
I couldn't wait to be done with walking. So, because it's like, you spend so many weeks and months preparing for the ball that it's like, you actually want to just get the shit out the way.
Preparing, not to get off topic of Alpha Omega's ball, but preparing, what do you do? Do you like do skin regimens? Do you like get a facial?
Well, you know what? Yes and no. I don't think that my skin regimen is any more intense than the average person. I do think that you do have to commit more seriously to one when you know you're about to walk a ball, especially for this amount of money, which is $11,000. So I definitely had to make sure that I was doing my daily face wash, doing my daily scrub, doing my moisturizing regularly, drinking water. I do.
Some of these girls don't drink water.
No, they don't. And I'm one of those people that don't drink water on a regular basis. Sometimes I'm like, damn, when was the last time I drank water? If I have to think about it, I'm like, okay, girl,
yeah, you need to drink some water.
Your pee is brown. Your pee is brown. I'm kidding. But no, it's like, I do a 3-week water diet where that's my only beverage.
Okay.
Like only water. And then it just purifies the skin. I have a preference for walking without makeup. So because of that, it's like double indemnity. You want your skin to be clear anyway, even if you're wearing makeup. But if you're not gonna wear makeup,
that's more reason to get your tans. Like you don't got no makeup.
Yes or no?
No?
Yes or no? I don't think, to be honest with you,
when the girls do this, they be like, you ain't got no paint.
That's my thing, but I really don't. I don't know. Maybe it's my perspective. I don't really think they give a fuck
about the judges.
Yeah, I don't think they care that much about if you wearing makeup or not. They do care if you wearing a lot of makeup.
Oh yeah,
but if you wearing a light amount of makeup and you look good,
it needs to look natural.
They wanted to. That's really the main objective. Just make sure your paint is good. It's really not about you wearing paint, and I'm not taking away from anybody that wears paint either. You just want your paint to look good. But I have a personal preference because I want to use that as more of a like strategy. Like I ain't wearing paint. Like that's like my thing. So yeah, you definitely have to drink your water.
Okay. You know what category I love that doesn't get enough recognition in my eyes?
Which one?
I love when they commentate.
Oh yeah, I love commentating.
I love that category.
Yeah, it gets me up.
I love that category. And I feel like if I was a part of Ballroom, I would want to be a commentator.
Oh wow. No, do it.
I feel like I would want to be that.
We should go to one of the OTAs they have in New York. Sometimes they do commentator versus commentator. Yeah.
I feel like I would want to do that. I feel like if I had the body, I would want to do sex siren. If I had the body.
Okay, yeah.
Would you ever do sex siren, or have you done sex siren?
I want to. I was about to say wanted to, but I still want to. Just for like my own like bodily freedom. Like let me just do it.
Yeah. Okay. So with Alpha Omega and the in their ball, so you walked face, and you were all over Instagram with your head to toe red outfit on. Okay, you were on the Tens magazine. The Tens magazine.
Yeah, I was.
You were on there. You were on something else.
Yeah, it was a few things.
You were on a lot of on a lot of Instagram pages and Twitter.
Yeah, apparently. I didn't realize it was trending that much. You know, when it became apparent to me, I went to Nelly's. And there were a few non-ballroom people like, you're trending all over social media in this red outfit.
Meanwhile, that was me when I walked. That's how we met. But that was prior to the red outfit.
I was like, what? I'm like, you saw that? I was like, oh, I guess it must be a thing. So, yeah.
Okay. She looked cute. No shade.
Thank you.
And you got your Tens?
I did one legendary butch queen face.
Now, let's be honest. You know you was going to get your Tens, no shade.
I knew I was going to get my 10s, but it was more so about battling, who I would battle, how I was going to present myself. I had some things I planned to do that I just didn't get to do. But yeah, overall, great experience.
How do you... Because being in a position that you're in, so you're known for face. So being in a position that you're in, how does that not get to your head?
I have to zone it out. And it's just, I know it sounds very simple and kind of ambiguous, but when I'm walking the ball, I just focus on walking the ball and nothing else. And I made a post about it of how you can kind of get in your head about everything else, who you are, how much you won, how high of a regard people hold you to, who you represent in the house, how you represent the house, all those things. It's not about that. It's about me right now, just performing.
Because people are literally judging your face.
Yes, they are, and that can be. This is what I always say: like walking a glamour or like a physical category that might be detrimental to your beauty or how you feel about yourself or your self-esteem. You have to walk in the door with confidence. You have to walk in already knowing that no matter what happens today, that you have it.
Right.
If you don't walk in like that, do not do it, because I've noticed a lot of people are ready to cry and slice their wrists because
not cry and slice their wrists.
It's intense, but if you gotta think about how hard it might be when some people might walk away feeling unattractive or less than because of whatever happened on the floor. And it's like, it just wasn't your night. Or
You gotta pay it, and it's okay.
Yeah, it's just supposed
you
to
have
be
to
your night.
pay it.
Or even if it wasn't your night, or even if someone was more conventionally beautiful to the face standard, it doesn't mean that you're not an attractive person, right? It's somebody for everybody. Like, so yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So how do you feel about Legendary? Do you think that it is a great example of what Ballroom is?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So what I do like, for the most part, there are actual representatives of people that actually participate in Ballroom. In the last season 3, I even like that they included a Kiki house, which is the house of Juicy. Because the participants are from Ballroom, I do like that. The talent is real and authentic. It doesn't necessarily represent Ballroom entirely. It doesn't showcase each category and how great it can be. Like, I don't think it does face a full justice.
It doesn't.
I don't think it does Sex Siren a full justice. I don't think Runway also could be better because they usually had them walking in threes. Runway could be one of the most entertaining categories in Ballroom when you get the actual Ballroom experience of it. But on Legendary, I don't know if you can really capture that. I did like that season 2 that they had that moment with Lolita, Mugler at the time, Balenciaga, when she snatched the cake.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that was a good Ballroom moment, and that was like a real.
That was a real moment.
Yeah, but
yeah.
That was a real Ballroom moment. It has its moments, and I'm kind of sad to see the show go. But
how do you feel about Pose?
Pose is good. It's good too. I was glad to be a part of that.
You were in Pose?
I had a feature part in
Bitch.
season 1.
I got somebody on Pose sitting on my couch.
I
Bitch. You were on Pose.
I didn't have a speaking role, but
so
no. But I had.
What season?
Season 1. Season 1.
That was the best season. If you asking me, that was the best season.
It was. I agree. Angel's storyline in season 1 was amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah. I think towards season 2 and 3, they were like trying to tell so many stories.
Yeah, it was just
became disjointed.
Yeah. Yes.
But each story that they did tell, I did think was needed. So many stories of Black and Latinx trans women that some of these stories are based on true stories. So, like, even I think they had a storyline that was similar to Tracy Africa's. I remember when Angel was modeling, and then somebody disclosed their tea. That's a real story. That actually happened to Tracy Africa one day, and she stopped getting booked.
Yeah,
you know,
or Candace passing away. That was
when Candy passed away. That really happened to one of the girls before.
Because I think I know. Well, of course, you've seen Paris is Burning, right? Paris is Burning.
Yes.
I forget her name, but she was a part of. I forgot which trans woman it was.
I think it was Angie
Extravaganza. But she passed away.
I think it was Angie Extravaganza.
Yes. It was an Extravaganza. She passed away.
And then they even included the part where, oh my God, I can't think. I'm embarrassed.
What?
But the person, Paris? No, Dorian. When she put somebody inside the suitcase, a dead body, like I think they included that in the episode.
That was real. That's real tea.
That actually happened. Yeah. And like mummified somebody, like it's crazy.
Yeah. So in that aspect of Pose, I do appreciate. But do you think that was a similar, or not a similar, but an accurate idea of what Ballroom is?
It's tough because I don't think that Pose or Legendary tells 100% or represents Ballroom 100%. But I do think that it tells an aspect of Ballroom that is needed to see and hear. I think that the heart of Ballroom was shown in Pose. I do think that the talent of Ballroom was shown in Legendary.
Okay.
But it's so many different parts of Ballroom that I didn't think was actually shown. That part, I think you just have to go to a ball and see.
Yeah.
Or you may have seen a little bit of it and they had a reality show called My House.
Oh yes, I like My House. My House was good.
And then the Mugler's, they're having a reality
Mugler.
show coming out soon.
On what network?
Oh my God, I can't remember the network. I can't. But Exotic and Yusuf and Lolita and Tati.
Come on, Tati.
Tati's going to be on it too.
I love Tati.
Yeah. A few other people are going to. Oh, Chanel Ross, $5,000 Big Girl Space. A few people are going to be on there from that house, and I feel like they might again show an aspect of Ballroom that's authentic. Ballroom is just so like in the moment, raw, unscripted, that if you're doing a scripted show, if you're doing an overly produced show like Legendary, you're not going to get
The authenticity.
the authentic version of Ballroom.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It's so much freelance.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. So your podcast.
Yes.
So you have a podcast. From the looks of it, you've been speaking of RuPaul a lot. Is this surrounding RuPaul, or are you discussing many other topics?
So okay, let me explain that. So, Hard to Swallow podcast focuses on hot topics that are centered around Black women and Black queer people, LGBTQ plus people, things that are affecting them. But we just talk about all of those things in a raw and racy kitchen table talk style.
Something that's hard to swallow.
Yeah, Hard to Swallow.
Pun
podcast.
intended.
But of course, we touch on relationships and sex and anything, again, that I feel that may be important to discuss that's affecting Black queer people.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's important to talk about as well.
Yeah. So that's the main objective for Hard to Swallow podcast. Now, the other thing is the RuPaul thing. That has come up a bit on Hard to Swallow, but I've actually been partnering with Valerie Medina on her show, on YouTube show. And she's been doing a RuPaul Drag Race recap weekly. And we both love Drag Race. So check out Valerie Visions on YouTube if you are into RuPaul Drag Race. But that's more so centered around that and other reality shows that she does.
Okay, cute. And where can they find your podcast?
Now, Hard to Swallow podcast, you can find that at HTS_podcast on Instagram and Twitter, or you can search Hard to Swallow podcast on all major platforms that you listen to your podcast, and it's available. Or you can go to my personal page at Ain't I Emery on Instagram and Twitter, and it has the link in my bio, so you can go to all my links. Okay. But I'm just glad to do this.
No, first off, I'm gonna keep saying this because I cannot believe your personality is amazing, and I don't want you to change that.
Thank
you. Your personality is, I hate to say this, you know you're beautiful, but your personality surpasses your face, no shade. Like, you have an amazing personality, and you're very humble. So I want to say thank you for even agreeing to come on this platform of mine, because I was like, I want to ask Emery, but I don't know if he's going to say yes. I know he has a podcast, so maybe that's something that he can kind of like feel he's like able to do and come on my podcast because he has something similar. Let me just ask. And then when you were just like, yeah, I'm like, yes, period.
You know what? I just remember what it was like when I was first starting out, and I got a lot of yeses and nos, mostly nos, when I asked people to do my show, some being D-class celebrities that you don't even know. But they said no. But I was like, why not pay it forward?
Yeah.
So, but congratulations on starting the show.
Thank you so much. And it took a lot. It took a lot out of me to do it because first off, I had to. Takes a lot of work, and then you also have to get over the fact that, oh my God, what are people gonna think, and all this other bull crap. Like, so it's just like I mean, you may not think that because you've been in the scene for a while, like in terms of just like you just being out there. So you throwing out a podcast is kind of like probably nothing for you. But this is probably like my biggest thing of me putting myself out there. So it was a lot scarier for me.
No, it's a lot. I'm not gonna minimize that. But I mean, it helps at all. I always feel that what I say, I mean, and what I'm passionate about, I don't regret being passionate about those things. Now, that doesn't change the fact that you can learn new information that can change your perspective about how you felt before. But if I felt that way in the moment, then so be it.
Yeah.
But I'm also another person that's like, I have no problem with checking my ego and admitting when I'm wrong. I just did it the other day. I was like, oh, actually, you were, and like, I'll initiate the conversation myself. I don't need you to wait on, like, you don't have to like start it yourself and say, well, you were wrong about this. I was like, I actually did some more research and I said this and I was wrong about that. It takes nothing. So sometimes when I'm talking about things and I don't have my facts all right, I actually used to do that in my first season, the first and second season. I would start the show off with an apology.
I don't apologize about the last episode.
Yep. Like, I want to apologize for when I said, but it started to become a comedic thing. But I'm like, I just wanted to normalize apologizing for being wrong.
Right.
You know?
Because some people take it so seriously as if it's the end of the world, but we're human at the end of the day. And you're gonna say some things that you may shouldn't have said, and it's okay.
Yes.
Just know how to be the bigger person and apologize.
Absolutely.
Because some people don't know how to do that.
And mean your apology.
Yeah,
like,
mean it.
I'm not apologizing for anything that I don't mean.
Yeah.
I'm that person. I've always been this way since a kid. My stepmom would be like, apologize to your sister. And I'll be like, no, I meant what the fuck I said.
Okay.
I meant what the fuck I said.
I said what I said.
I said what I said.
And it ain't changing.
So I'm stubborn to a fault. But it has hindered some work relationships. But if I don't mean it, I won't say it. So if I admit that I'm wrong and I apologize, I mean it.
Okay. Well, that's big of you.
Yeah, so have no fear and good luck on future shows.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm happy you eating this charcuterie board. That charcuterie board was $40.
It's going to be just, I'm going to get rid of it. Not going to be none left.
Period. But no, I really do appreciate you and really, really thank you.
No problem.